Lance, the Formidable Dragon Master, is a messed up character with not just a questionable moveset, oh no, but a very dark secret in hiding. From illegal Pokemons to dominating the Elite Four with suspicious movesets, Lance goes deep. His consequences not just affecting the Elite Four, but to top it all off, he went as far as the G word. Yep, that's right, I'm talking about genocide in Pokemon. All of this and more in this video. So stay tuned until the end of this video to see this so-called hero in a new light that forever changes how you see Pokemon. Let's go back a little bit in time, all the way to the original games, where before you face the champion, you're greeted by Lance, the final obstacle, and in Johto, Lance becomes the champion. A great character who not only symbolizes strength, but does it so elegantly with his whole aura of sensible and commanding Dragon Master. So it would not be far-fetched to say that he's one of the, if not the strongest character in games and anime alike. All of us remember Lance as he caped heroic figure who bursts into Team Rocket HQ to help us against the bad guys and flies off to fulfill his other duties as the Pokemon League champion. The confident and brooding Dragon Master is a picture-perfect character, his mighty aura complementing his mighty Pokemon, all capable of mighty moves such as Hyper Beam, and Hyper Beam. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Let me look at this list again. Right, Barrier, a move used by Dragonite. What? Wait, Dragonite cannot learn Barrier. How can Lance teach a move that no Dragonite can learn? Well, I'll let the conspiracy connoisseurs handle that one. Boy oh boy. In a sanctioned Pokemon tournament, Lance was allowed to use this, and not just in the tournament, he led the Elite Four as a champion with this illegal Pokemon. If you would have used an illegal Pokemon or illegal move, say Sceptile using Fire Wheel, would the community accept you? Let's turn the table. If you face an opponent Sceptile that used Fire Wheel, would that be fair? Absolutely not! Hence, our red-haired champion has an illegal Pokemon in his possession that he uses to get an unfair advantage in the games. But hey, maybe we can let him get away for just this once, right? No! His Gen 2 Aerodactyl has Rock Slide. Rock Slide. Only Aerodactyls of Gen 3 and further can learn that move. But Lance here uses Rock Slide in Gen 2. There is only one explanation to this. He has a Gen 3 Aerodactyl, which might not be illegal, but it is cheeky and convenient for a champion who calls himself the Dragon Master when he could have just simply held his position by training and fighting with a Gen 2 Aerodactyl. But Aerodactyl is not an illegal Pokemon, sure, but think about it. Could you have ever prepared for a Rock Slide Aerodactyl even if you're an experienced Gen 2 trainer? No! Oh, but illegal moves in Pokemon are not enough to do an expose. It takes something heavy, something grittier that makes us understand that Lance is not just a Pokemon fraud, but a Pokemon criminal. For his worst crime, we need to go deep, and by deep, I mean the manga series, Pokemon Adventures. So, what happens when you take a man-child who does not understand the complexities of the world and wants to fix it by brute force? And did I mention also has groundbreaking strength in the form of every Dragon-type Pokemon in the nearby vicinity? What you get is an unthinkable plan that involves the extermination of humans on a large scale. That's right, our red-haired boy really went there. So, the story goes that Lance, along with the Elite Four members, were feeling high and mighty and were not able to forgive the injustice and crimes that were done by humankind in the Pokemon world. So, what's the solution they came up with? Yep, that's right, straight up destroy Vermilion City. Lance, with a mind-controlling Dragonair, brainwashes the Dragon types into attacking the city, causing its utter destruction. The Elite Four and Lance do not stop just there, but actively try to steal Yellow's Pikachu. Why do I say try? Well, thankfully, they did not succeed in it. By the end of the manga, Lance turns back to his good side, but when you commit such a heavy crime, one must wonder, did Lance have a change of heart, or did he tactfully go where the wind was blowing? Given his track record of illegal and fraudulent stuff, it's probably the latter. So, what do we have so far? Let's see. Illegal Pokemon moves, destruction of a city, oh, and yes, the intention of mass murder. I would say that's enough evidence against our red-haired menace, so just remember, If a too cool to be true guy who calls himself the Dragon Master is a champion with confusing Pokemon, impossible movesets, and a tendency to exterminate cities, there is definitely something fishy going on, and the chances are most of it is illegal. And before any of you come up to me and say, hey, Lance had underleveled Dragonite, that's some sort of cheating, right? Wrong. Underleveled but evolved Pokemon can be easily found in the wild, and it's safe to assume that a Dragon Master caught these wild Dragonites who are underleveled but evolved. And what about him being the top brass of the Pokemon League as a champion and all? So how can we even report him? We have a big guy for Pokemon League, and it's not Lance. It's actually Charles Goodshow, who is the president of Pokemon League and Torch Committee. We can see him throughout Pokemon anime along with various champions. So either Lance is being sneaky to the president or straight up disrespectful. We can never know which one it is, but we can surely say it is against the ethics of Pokemon League. But what about the motives? Now, we've taken a deep dive into this supposed investigation. Why not try to understand the motives behind these fraudulent actions of our Dragon Master? Theory number 1. Lance comes from a family of dragon tamers and general strong Pokemon trainers. No, wait, let me rephrase that. Extremely strong Pokemon trainers. His cousin Claire titled herself the world's best Dragon Master, and rightfully so. Her trained Pokemon are a menace to deal with in Pokemon battles, and who could forget that the Charizard who went toe-to-toe with Lance just grew stronger and stronger after training with dragon types trained by Claire. Lance knows the extent of his family's potential when it comes to holding the title of champion, and clearly sees that if he needs to maintain that undisputed aura as a champion and the family's primary Dragon Master, he needs to take some drastic steps. Say, steps like illegal moves on Pokemon who cannot learn them and pitting Pokemon who are not even supposed to be there in that generation. Theory number 2. The Dragon Clan Elder that we meet in Johto's Dragon Den is already leading the clan, so why would Lance be forced to do these terrible things motivated by fear? We get the answer to this question by this interaction between the Elder and Claire. Claire, this child is impeccable in skill and spirit. Admit defeat and confer the Rising Badge. Or must I inform Lance of this? Must I inform Lance of this? This clearly indicates that Lance is seen as the responsible child, heir to the Dragon Clan who's vastly admired and respected even by the likes of elders who are much more experienced than him. When you have that big of a responsibility on your shoulders, it's easy to fall into the trap of quick gains or winnings, no matter how you achieve them. The same can be said for our champion who's afraid to bear such responsibility, live up to his family's name, and fear that he's replaceable. This makes him try new things that not only provide results, but great results. In a Pokemon battle, it's often the level of the Pokemon that decides the result, but a big factor is unexpected situations. They can come in the forms of unexpected moves or unexpected Pokemon, exactly what Lance knows and utilizes in order to win. Theory number 3. Lance is a strong leader and trainer, no doubt about that, but strength in action often rises from strength in emotions. Lance loves his Pokemon and deeply cares about all the Pokemon he comes across. We can see that when he adopts the Red Gyarados that was targeted by Team Rocket in their Force Evolution experiment. Lance trains the Red Gyarados and he becomes his go-to partner against Leon and his Gigantamax Charizard. This shows that he truly cares for the Red Gyarados, who had a tough time trusting humans after the experimentation. A similar reason led him to attack Vermilion City in the manga series. Lance's love and care for Pokemon is unparalleled, and maybe this care is the reason that his Pokemon can learn moves that are not compatible with their species. His Dragonite with Barrier is just a Pokemon who has a great trainer, making it possible for it to learn a completely unexpected move. There's also a possibility that the Dragonite with Barrier was also a subject of Team Rocket's experimentation, and unlike Forceful Evolution, this Dragonite was made to forcefully learn and practice the moves that are forbidden for it. Maybe Lance truly is that great and good, but no matter the motivations, his actions still remain fraudulent and, dare I say, illegal. The only debate that can take place is if Lance is the good type of fraud or the bad type.